The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
It was after a bad game in 8th grade. I decided that I was going to try my best to, be able to earn a scholarship and play in college, and so I'm really excited for it. Once you come here for a while, you have all the experience. I feel like I'm getting a lot stronger, especially in basketball-specific positions. I feel like I'm able to move better, I'm more flexible, able to run faster, jump higher, and just stronger overall. So then, when you go back to your school, you can take that experience, to help you prevent injuries when you're doing your own weight training with your own school.
Welcome in, everybody, to the Huntsville Athletic Center. Men's basketball is here. The 2025 season for the men's in their home opener here tonight as they started the first 3 games on the road, and they are set to begin the Nate Conley era here at the Huntsville Gymnasium. We thank you so much for joining us here from the Huntsville Athletic Center. Hunter Sosenheimer here calling your play-by-play. Excited for this matchup to begin here tonight as we have the 1-0 IU South Bend Titans coming in to take on the 1-2 St. Francis Cougars. Let's go ahead and jump right in and take a deeper look here at these two squads. First, for the IU South Bend Titans, as I mentioned, they are 1-0 on the year. They picked up a win on Thursday against Wright State University Lake, 105-63. They had 4 scores in the double figures. Mark White led the way with 26 points. Colin Schmidt had 18 points. Andrew Hethbeth had 17 points. And Kyle Alajabagi had 16 points and 10 rebounds, a double-double there for the Titans. They are under 13th year head coach, and Scott Cooper went 17-12 last year and 14-6 in the CCAC play. So they are looking to build off of their first win of the season, coming in here to the Huntsville Athletic Center here this evening. Meanwhile, the St. Francis Cougars, as I mentioned, 1-2 on the season. All 3 games have been played on the road. They are starting their home opener here tonight. They took a tough loss on the road at Indiana East, 85-72 last Tuesday. But something good to see as they are having multiple scores in the double figures. Sharing the basketball is this St. Francis Cougars squad, and her first-year head coach, and Nate Conley, spent his past 6 years at Manchester University, taking over for longtime head coach and Chad Lacrosse. And that loss 85-72 last Tuesday against Indiana East. As I mentioned, 4 players in double figures with Javon Lewis, 15 points. RJ Moore with 13 points. And it was Mara Avance with 19 points. Carson Rogers with an outstanding double-double, 18 points and 20 rebounds there. And this St. Francis squad loves to shoot the basketball. 66 shot attempts there in game number 1. The second contest, they picked up a win against Viterbo, 99-90 on Friday in the Clark Classic, where they went 1-1. Same 4 in double figures. Javon Lewis finished that contest with 30 points. Carson Rogers with 22. Mar Avance with 19. And R.J. Moore with 11. Shot the basketball 64 times, went 36 of 64 in that game. Most recently coming off a loss against a top 10 opponent in the NAIA number 8 in Northwestern. What an absolute shootout this one was. 122-104 on a Saturday, where Carson Rogers led the way with 28 points and R.J. Moore had 12. 77 shot attempts in that contest for the St. Francis Cougars. As we are getting set here to begin the Nate Conley era at the Huntsville Athletic Center, we are going to go ahead and take a short break, and we will come back with the prayer along with the national anthem. Here you are watching St. Francis basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.
Months ago, I was diagnosed with a 3rd-degree heart block. They had to put a pacemaker in my chest, and so once I had that surgery done and everything, I started at PSM and getting my shoulder mobility and my shoulder strength back. And now that I have that, making it even stronger than it was before and really spend the time that I need to be able to compete at the level that I want to compete at. I've been in the pool since I was 6 years old. It's not an easy sport to just pick up and start doing, but if you have the dedication to do it, you can do it just fine.
Back here live from the Hutzel Athletic Center, let's go ahead and turn it on over here to PA announcer Jared Parcell for our national anthem and pregame prayer.
This time, would you please rise and pregame prayer of the pledge of the national anthem. Let us pray. Dear Lord, please watch over today's basketball game between IU South Bend and St. Francis. We ask you to protect the players, coaches, and officials throughout today's contest. Keep them safe and free from injury. Parents, family members, students, and all fans who enjoy today's event in a safe and respectful manner. In the words of St. Francis, enlighten the darkness of our hearts, give us the right faith to serve, hope, and perfect charity. Amen. Please remain standing for the pledge of the national anthem.
Back here live from the Hutzel Athletic Center, let's go ahead and give you today's starting lineups here. First for the IU South Bend Titans, it's number 0 and Kyle Melinder, the senior. The sophomore, number 1 in Mark White, senior, number 8 in Ethan Hall, junior, number 10, CJ Horn, and sophomore, number 11 in Colin Schmidt. They are under 13th year head coach and Scott Cooper. Meanwhile, for the St. Francis Cougars, they are under first-year head coach and Nate Conley. They're going to rock out with the sophomore guard number 2, Javon Lewis, senior number 3, and Joe Rady, senior number 4, R.J. Moore, sophomore number 13, and Eugene Young, junior, and sophomore number 21 in Carson Rogers. One of 3 returners here for this St. Francis Cougars squad. 20 minutes on the board. The IU South Bend Titans are going to rock out in the all-red unis with the white and a black trim. Meanwhile, for the St. Francis Cougars, they're going to rock out in the all-grays with the blue trim. Freshly new-looking underarm unis here on the floor for this St. Francis Cougars squad as they get set to begin the Nate Conley era here at the Hutzel Athletic Center. Should be a tremendous contest ahead of you. As I mentioned, the home opener for the men's squad. The women's squad went 2-0 with 2 40-plus point wins this season. And their opening tournament here at the Cougar Classic at the Hutzel Athletic Center. So the men's squad looking to feed off of that as we are getting set and ready to begin game action here from the Hut. The Titans are going to rock left to right here on your screen to begin our contest. Meanwhile, for St. Francis, they will go right to left, as it is going to be number 21 in Carson Rogers in the middle for the Cougs, number 8, and Ethan Hill in the middle for the IU South Bend Titans as we are set and underway here from the Hutzel Athletic Center. The Cougs win the tip. They will have the basketball here to begin our contest. It's going to be Lewis with it on the far side. He'll go right up top to Reedy. This St. Francis Cougar squad, looking at film so far here this year, they love to move the basketball around a lot and take lots of shot attempts there, as you saw from number 13, Eugene Young Jr. The miss there to begin it. And IU South Bend with the basketball. A good drive there to the rim on the starter step. Couldn't get it to fall there. Millender gets a turnover here for IU South Bend. Couldn't get it to go. Second chance opportunity is pulled down there by Moore for the Cougs. Now Lewis with it here, going to go up top to Moore. Back to Lewis on the near side wing. A little 2-3 zone look here to begin the contest from IU South Bend. So we'll see where they go with it as the Cougs come here near side cross court. This is Lewis. Lewis going to look to go far side to Eugene Young. It goes out of bounds. Last touched by IU South Bend. So possession will stay on this end of the floor here with the Cougs. 19:07 on the clock here in our first quarter of action. As Lewis skips it down low, they'll come out here to Moore on the near side wing. 3 ball there is no good. Try to get a board there over the back is going to be the call on Carson Rogers. That'll be his first and the team's first of the half. So it'll be IU South Bend with the basketball here. 18:59 remains here in quarter number 1. As Millender will have it on the far side. He'll skip up top, left open. 3 ball on the way from the top of the key is no good there for Hill. And now Lewis going to look to push here with it for St. Francis. Going to skip back on the far side to Moore. Back up top. Lewis launches a 3. It's no good. And out of bounds is going to be the call. Possession will go back to IU South Bend here with 18:34 remaining in a quarter, in our first half. Basketballs did not get taken into the locker room here, so we're going to get a whistle for that. And we'll move those from the half-court line out of the way, and we'll get an inbound here for IU South Bend. With 18:33 left to go here in our first half of action. Millender will bring it up ahead, guarded by Lewis. Gets a screen, no kick back up top. 3 ball on the way, and it's up and good there for Colin Schmidt. He drains the triple to start the scoring for IU South Bend. Schmidt, a CCAC all-freshman team player, leading right off where he left off last year, having an outstanding season here so far as he drains the 3. Rady couldn't get that to fall. And now it's going to be possession back the other way here with IU South Bend as they quickly look to run here on the near side from Millender. He'll get it back. Now they'll skip it all the way far side. Schmidt going to dribble handoff here to the hands of Horn. Horn will get a screen from Schmidt. Horn's now going to look to drive. He goes right to the rim off the little stutter step and puts it off the glass and home. 5-0 lead here for the Titans. Now the Titans going to pick up a little full court pressure here as Eugene Young Jr. now going to dribble baseline. Trying to go back out far side there to Lewis. This one rolls out of bounds and possession will go back to the Titans. 17:32 remains here in our first half of action. We'll go ahead and fix the camera for you after our next break, as it does look a little lopsided, so we'll get that figured out for you folks. Sorry about that. But it's IU South Bend with the basketball. A strong take right to the rim there by Millender, and he gets the bucket. And IU South Bend out 7-0 here early into this contest. Rogers now with it down low. He's going to go up. Couldn't get it to fall. It seems like there's a lid on the rim for St. Francis here early into this one, as they cannot find anything offensively. And they're able to find one over the top there as Rady finds Carson Rogers for the bucket and puts St. Francis on the board here 3 minutes into the contest. Millender left open on the far side wing. He's going to launch a 3, and he drains it. Extends the lead out to 8, the largest of the game for IU South Bend. Now it's Moore with it here on the near side wing for the Cougs. Goes back far side to Lewis, now back to Moore. 2-man game here up top. They'll look for Rady. Now they'll go inside, try to find Rogers there. It's poked away from behind. Now Millender's now going to look to push. He goes up ahead, finds Hill, who attacks the rim. Couldn't get it to fall. Second chance opportunity, and a foul is going to be called. And we'll get a pair of free throws here for number 1 and a Mark White for the Titans. As a foul is called on Rady, that's his first, to team's first. White with 26 points in the opener against Wright State University Lake. He is a sophomore, played in 28 games as a freshman last year, averaged 4 points per game. Number 11, Justin McNelkin, and number 14, Mar Vance into the contest here for the Cougs, as Joe Reedy and Javon Lewis will come out for the Cougs. Missed them both. Now possession back the other way here for St. Francis. As it's up top here with Avance, excuse me. Now McNelkin, go far side to Young, back to Avance. Moore, now with it on the near side. Going to leave off. 3 ball on the way from McNelkin is no good. Carson Rogers comes away with the offensive board. Had McNelkin open here near side. Instead, it's poked from behind. Now IU South Bend going to look to push here with it. As it's up top here into the hands of C.J. Horn. They'll skip it all the way around. Back far side into the hands of Millender. Millender now back here on the near end to Horn. Horn will get a screen here for him. Now it's going to look to drive down low. Moore's right there. Had it poked away. It's loose on the deck. St. Francis comes away. Still loose. And the Cougs finally able to maintain it as Avance now going to look to push here up ahead for the Cougs. He's going to drive right to the rim. Nicely done there on the left-handed lay-in for the bucket. And he gets the score for the Cougs, making it a 6-point game. Strong take there right up. Couldn't get it to fall there. Could Hill. Second chance opportunities taken away. And now Eugene Young Jr. going to leave off to Avance. So push up ahead. McNelkin now going to look to drive with it. Rogers, they have 2 open Cougs here on the near side. Instead, Rogers will go up and draw the contact, and he'll go to the line. Here for a pair with 14:53 left to go in our first half of action. We are going to get our first media timeout on the floor. So we'll go ahead and step away. You are watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
It was after a bad game in 8th grade. I decided that I was going to try my best to, be able to earn a scholarship and play in college. And so I'm really excited for it. Once you come here for a while, you have all the experience. I feel like I'm getting a lot stronger, especially in basketball-specific positions. I feel like I'm able to move better. I'm more flexible, able to run faster, jump higher, and just stronger overall. So then, when you go back to your school, you can take that experience, to help you prevent injuries when you're doing your own weight training with your own school.
Back here live from the Hutzel Athletic Center as we are going to get free throws here from Carson Rogers for the Cougs. As that foul is called on number 0, and Kyle Millender, that's his first, team's first of the half. And so Rogers at the line for a pair, as I mentioned, has been a double-double machine so far here in the early season. 22.7 points per game on the year through the first 3 games here for Rogers, the sophomore. Didn't get quite a bit of playing time as he hits there on the second and gets 1 of 2, making it a 5-point game. And now it's possession here with IU South Bend. As a drive right to the rim, a strong take there. C.J. Horn gets the bucket for IU South Bend. Now an inbound here to Avance as a little 2-2-1 look full court here for IU. As Moore will launch a jumper, and he gets it to fall and puts it back out to a 5-point game. Now possession back the other way here for the Cougs. On the near side. He'll give off. Now into the hands here of Schmidt. Millender now going to look to drive. Strong right to the rim. Couldn't get it to fall. Rogers comes away with the board. Now here for the Cougs. Avance with it behind the back dribble. Now McNelkin back up top to Avance. So leave off. Rogers with it at the free throw line. He spins. He hangs. Couldn't get it to fall. Gets his own miss through contact. Wanted a second chance look. Had it knocked away. And now possession back the other way here with IU South Bend. Here on the near side, this is White. We'll skip. We'll go all the way far side wing. Now into the hands here of Hill. Hill now looking to wear down his defender, Eugene Young Jr. Couldn't get it to fall. Able to knock down his own takeaway. And nicely done there as number 11. And Colin Schmidt goes up for the score and makes it a 7-point game. Still attacking 2-2-1 full court for the Titans. As Rogers now with it here. Dribbles it off his own foot and out of bounds possession. We'll go back the other way. Here with the Titans. Joe Rady and Javon Lewis back into the contest as they'll come in for Rogers and Young Jr. Number 2, Andrew Hedgepeth into the contest here for IU South Bend. He'll bring up the basketball here, guarded by Lewis. Look, right down low. And getting the bucket to fall there was White, or excuse me, Colin Schmidt. He gets a takeaway here. Second chance. Got it to fall. Back-to-back buckets there by Schmidt. For IU South Bend, now with 9 here for the Titans. As Avance will bring it up ahead. Gets it down low here to Rady. Rady now with it, try to go baseline, threw it right off his defender's foot. And out of bounds possession will stay on this end of the floor here with the Cougars. As they'll inbound underneath, coming here from Lewis. 12:21 left to go here in our first half of action. Lewis able to get it in here now to McNelkin. Out to Avance, he'll launch a three. It's no good. Board comes down here for IU South Bend. Looking to work and spin down low is CJ Horn. Able to get it out. Now here in the hands of White. And we get a whistle. And Javon Lewis will pick up a foul. That's going to be his first, team's third. We'll get a substitution here for IU South Bend as number 20. And A.J. Dunn will check into the game. He'll replace number 10 in a C.J. Horn. And nicely done, strongly defensively there. Mara Avance able to hold off White and force him to dribble out of bounds. Possession back now the other way here with the Cougars. Avance now will leave off to Lewis. He'll bring it to the top of the key. Now back here near side. Moore will skip cross court. Back to Lewis. Now back to Moore here on the near end. Back up top, Lewis left open. He'll launch a three. It's no good. Off the back end of the rim and kept in bounds there by IU South Bend. They'll go the other way quickly with it as Dunn will dish out. Now they'll leave off. Up top, the drive. Here down low and out of bounds possession back to the Cougs. Here with 11:18 left to go here in our first half. The clock is rolling and we now get a whistle to try to stop it as it continues to roll. And clock is going to keep rolling here, so I believe it's going to be set for 11:20. Both teams are going to head to their bench here as it looks like we have a clock malfunction. And I believe we're going to add a little bit of more time on to the clock. So we're going to go ahead and step away shortly. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.
PSM has been a huge part of my success on and off the court. We have PSM athletic trainers that are with us, so whenever we need to get seen or if there's ever any medical issues that need to get checked out. And then personally for me, I've been going to PSM Sports Therapy the better part of this year. It has been a game changer for me. I really have gotten to know Sean a lot, and actually all of the PT staff, they're really awesome, and I love the opportunity to be able to work with each and every one of them. We can't be successful without the team behind the team, so I'm very appreciative of all of the resources that we can get from PSM.
11:20 on the board as the Cougars with the basketball now advance, and the clock did not start once again. So we get a whistle here at the scores table. So we get a little clock malfunctions. But IU South Bend ahead here by 11. 18-7 over the St. Francis Cougars. The Cougs just shooting 3 of 13 here so far, 23.1%. Meanwhile, IU South Bend 8 of 15 from the field. 6 turnovers for the Cougs and 4 turnovers for IU South Bend so far here in their contest. As they continue to work on the clock here down below. I'll put 11:15 on it, and I believe St. Francis is going to get an inbound on the far side. It'll be from number 11 and Justin McNelkin. As we are set, and the clock is back running, and so the Cougs will launch a 3 on the far side there. It's hit by Javon Lewis, making it an 8-point game now as IU South Bend with the basketball. We'll skip all the way here on the near side. A 3 ball on the other end is good there from Colin Schmidt. Schmidt having a performance here so far with 12 of 21 points for IU South Bend here in this one. Moore trying to go inside there to Avance. It's knocked away. The Titans go quickly ahead. White had it blocked there by Moore. Moore now going to look to push here with it for the Cougs. He will take it right to the rack, off glass, and get the bucket. What a take, blocking coast to coast there for R.J. Moore. Down low, try to get it to roll off glass. It does there, does Andrew Hedgepeth. Now Avance will push up ahead here to Moore. Gets it across the half-court line. Now back far side, this is Mara Avance with it. Lewis, back to Avance, now far side. Thought about the step back 3 instead, will give off to Lewis, they'll swing it. Back to Avance on the far side. He'll launch a jumper just inside the arc, it's no good. Rady comes away with the board. Rady now looking for somewhere to go with it. Skips it cross court. Moore will launch a 3, got it! Nice ball movement there by the Cougs. A 3 ball from R.J. Moore, making it an 8-point game here at the Hut. Near side, 3 ball, left wide open. No good there from Kyle Alabaji. And now possession back the other way. McNelkin looks out for Avance. Avance was set for a shot, instead had to move off his dribble a little bit. He'll go out to Lewis. He's left open. He'll launch a 3. It's no good. Back and forth we go here from beyond the arc. As the Titans now going to look to go the other way with it. Schmidt will leave off now here to Mark Wright. Back out far side. They'll swing it around. Look here to drive. Rady. Garden done. They'll skip out. Here near side. 3 ball attempt on the way from Hedgepeth is no good. Out of bounds and possession. We'll go back to the Cougars here after our timeout. 8:45 remains here in our first half of action. And it is IU South Bend with a 23-15 lead over the St. Francis Cougars. You are watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
It was after a bad game in 8th grade. I decided that I was going to try my best to, be able to earn a scholarship and play in college, and so I'm really excited for it. Once you come here for a while, you have all the experience. I feel like I'm getting a lot stronger, especially in basketball-specific positions. I feel like I'm able to move better, I'm more flexible, able to run faster, jump higher, and just stronger overall. So then, when you go back to your school, you can take that experience, to help you prevent injuries when you're doing your own weight training with your own school.
Back here live from the Hudsville Athletic Center, 8:45 left to go here in our first half of action. The Cougs find themselves down 8. They will have the basketball. As they'll inbound on the far side, it will come from R.J. Moore. Lewis will now bring it here for the Cougs. With it at the top of the key. Now back with it. We'll leave off McNelkin. Back to Lewis. Now Avance here on the near side. Shot clock down to 10. Lewis now with it. He's going to look to drive. Off to Avance. Nice take there. Couldn't get it to fall, but we'll go to the line for a pair. A good take there by Moore Avance, and he'll go to the line. Moore Avance, a senior guard out of Indianapolis, Indiana, Lawrence North High School. One of many transfers here for this Cougar squad. Shooting 74% from the line through 3 games as he hits there on the first free throw. Avance averaging 18 points per game here through his first 3 contests. As he misses there on the second. (23-16) our score. Dunn with it here now. Hedgepeth. Now we'll leave off. It's up top into the hands here of Millender. Now back here on the near side. This is Dunn with it. Shot clock down to 4. The Titans able to get a shot off. Couldn't get it to fall. Moore comes down with it here for the Cougs. Lewis, now far side. He'll launch a 3, and Javon Lewis drains the triple for the Cougs, making it a 4-point game. Drive right away to the rim, knocking off his defender, and the bucket is good there for the Titans. As Kyle Alagwaji gets the bucket. Now Lewis back with it. Trying to leave off to Rogers. It was kicked, and so possession will stay on this end of the floor. Here with the Cougars, 7:11 left to go here in our first half of action. Eugene Young Jr. will come in for R.J. Moore. Number 10 and C.J. Horn will come on for IU South Bend. Avance up top here to McNelkin. On far side, Lewis. Off to Eugene Young Jr. Rogers now with it. Spins, hangs, off glass, and Carson Rogers showing the strength. He gets the bucket now with 5. Dunn now with it in the corner. Dunn will skip out here near side. Now it's up top. Millender with it, skips out. Now it's Hill, the drive, right to the rim. Nicely done there. He gets up and gets the score. Quickly the other way. Young Jr. with the flush for the Cougs. Good court vision there by Javon Lewis as he finds Eugene Young Jr. ahead and jams it home for St. Francis. Now it's going to be Lewis who will look to push. Has Avance here near side. wanted a three-point opportunity. Nice defensively there by the Titans to come out on him. Avance, though, will ride right to the rim, and he is fouled. He'll go to the line for a pair of free throws. As the foul is called on Hill, that's his first, team's third. And so it'll be Avance at the line for a pair of free throws. 1 of 2 from the line here so far tonight. As his first free throw is up and good. 1 possession ball game now here. 5:55 remains in our first half. As the second free throw for Avance is up and good. Millender now will skip here near side. Miscommunication there between Lewis and Rogers. Miscommunication on their defenders. Instead, the Cougs get it back. McNelkin launches a three. It's long on the marker. And possession now back the other way with the Titans. As Millender with it. Leaves off up top now here. A.J. Dunn look to drive. Oh, and a foul is going to be called. Mar Avance will pick up the foul. That's going to be his first, team's fourth. And so we'll get an inbound underneath here for the Titans. As Millender will inbound. Able to get it in here near side. Now to Schmidt. They'll leave it to him. He's going to drive. Down low. Goes up. Couldn't get it to fall. Avance comes away with it. Head coach Nate Conley loves his team to push the floor, and you can see that here so far tonight. As they get defensive rebounds, they just fly out on the floor, and we are going to get a timeout called by the Titans. So we will go ahead and step away here shortly. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
It was after a bad game in 8th grade. I decided that I was going to try my best to, be able to earn a scholarship and play in college. And so I'm really excited for it. Once you come here for a while, you have all the experience. I feel like I'm getting a lot stronger, especially in basketball-specific positions. I feel like I'm able to move better. I'm more flexible, able to run faster, jump higher, and just stronger overall. So then, when you go back to your school, you can take that experience, to help you prevent injuries when you're doing your own weight training with your own school.
Back here live from the Hutzel Athletic Center. 5:07 remains here in our first half of action. We'll get an inbound here for the Titans of IU South Bend. As Millender here with it at the top of the key. He's going to drive on Avance. That one's partially blocked. Rogers comes down with it. Now Lewis will look to push. Back to Avance. Far side. Goes underneath. Finds McNelkin. Down low. Out to Lewis. Near side. Three ball is good. And Javon Lewis gives the Cougs their first lead of the game. Now possession back the other way here with IU South Bend. It's the spin, the hang. Got it to roll right in there. Did number 11 and Colin Schmidt. He's been on fire here tonight for the Titans. 14 points in the first half here so far for him. 4:05 remains in our first half. McNelkin, extra pass. Young Jr. in the corner. Three ball. Got it. Eugene Young Jr. drains the triple there for St. Francis. Cougs starting to feel the rhythm here offensively as Lewis will take it the other way. Crafty dribble move, skips, McNelkin, another three, no good there, rolls in and out. Rogers offensive board goes up, couldn't get it to fall, and now possession quickly back the other way here with the Titans. Roll right to the rim. Lewis, nice hands there, able to knock it away. Now the Titans going to maintain it. They'll have it on the far side of wing. The screen will come here from Hill. The drive right to the rim. Eugene Young Jr. let him by him. And the bucket is good there by C.J. Horn. And he'll go to the line here for one with 3:12 remaining in our first half of action. Substitutions here for the Titans. Number 1 and Mark White will check on number 22. And Kyle Alabachi will come in to the game here for IU South Bend. A 2-point contest with 3:12 remaining in our first half. As the free throw from C.J. Horn spins his way home, making it a 1-point game. Lewis now with it here on the near side. They'll go back up top. Here to Lewis. Lewis now going to look to drive. Launches a jumper, no good, but nicely done there as R.J. Moore picks it up off the tip and puts it home for the bucket. 3-point game, 2:43 left to go here in our first half of action. Millender now with it up top. He's going to look to ride right to the rim. Nice find there, wide open underneath. Another bucket for Colin Schmidt, making it a 1-point game with 2:20 left. And Colin Schmidt now with 16 here for the Titans. Lewis with it. Lobs it inside there to Moore. Eugene Young Jr., another corner three. No good there. Moore with the offensive board underneath. Finds Young Jr., and he goes up strong and is fouled hard. And he'll go to the line for a pair. Good take there by Eugene Young Jr. Kyle Algabaji is going to pick up the foul. That is going to be his second, the team's fifth. So Eugene Young Jr. will go to the line here for a pair. 1:56 remains here in our first half. Young Jr., a sophomore here for the Cougs out of Fort Wayne, Indiana, Northside High School. I believe he redshirted last year during his freshman campaign. Misses there on the first. We'll get an opportunity here at one more as Joe Reddy comes on. He's going to replace number 11, Justin McNelkin. And we'll get one more look here for Eugene Young Jr. as his second one is off the back end of the rim. No good. And now possession will head back the other way here with the Titans as Millender here with it. Millender, good find there down low. Couldn't get it to fall, and it goes out of bounds as he tried to find White. And possession back to the Cougs. As Lewis now going to look to break the 2-2-1 full court press here from IU South Bend. As Avance with it inside, goes up, puts it right off the front end of the rim, no good. And now quickly the other way, here comes White for the Titans. We'll leave off up top. C.J. Horn leaves off to Schmidt. He drives, he spins, and travel is going to be the call. Possession will go back the other way here with the Cougs. And Avance will leave off to Lewis. 1:20 left to go here in our first half of action. Near side, back to Lewis. Moore now dishes back. They'll go far side. Now back up top. This is Lewis here with it once again. Moore trying to drive to the rim. Was cut off. Lewis will launch a three. Got it. Javon Lewis drains the three ball there once again for the Cougs, making it a 4-point game with 48 seconds left to go here in our first half of action. Millender now will dish off. Here to Schmidt. He's going to look to take Rady right to the rim. Instead, will kick out. Now here into the hands of C.J. Horn. Horn will get a screen from Schmidt. Now back up top. Shot clock down to 10. Drive, poked away. Rady with it. And the Cougs are going to slow it down and try to hold for the final shot here of our first half of action. As Lewis with it, 20 seconds on the board. Clock now down to 15. Moore now with it, back to Lewis. Clock down to 10. He'll launch a three. Little heat check there from Lewis. Couldn't get it to go. And now possession here with the Titans as the clock down to 4. Turnaround three ball in the way. It's no good. And that is the end of our first half of action. It is St. Francis with a 38-34 lead over IU South Bend. We're going to go ahead and step away for our halftime break. We will come back with some halftime analysis along with some stats here from the first half. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
It was after a bad game in 8th grade. I decided that I was going to try my best to, be able to earn a scholarship and play in college. And so I'm really excited for it. Once you come here for a while, you have all the experience. I feel like I'm getting a lot stronger, especially in basketball-specific positions. I feel like I'm able to move better. I'm more flexible, able to run faster, jump higher, and just stronger overall. So then, when you go back to your school, you can take that experience, to help you prevent injuries when you're doing your own weight training with your own school.
Back here live at the Hutzel Athletic Center, 38-34 is our score here at our halftime break. St. Francis with the lead over IU South Bend. Let's go ahead and take a look at our first half stats for you. First, we'll start with the IU South Bend Titans. Scored 34 points. They are in the first half. They shot 15 of 32 from the field at a 46.9%. Just 3 of 11 from beyond the arc at a 27.3%, and 1 of 3 from the charity stripe. 7 turnovers in the first half for IU South Bend. Leading the way for them was number 11, and Colin Schmidt had 16 points there in the first half. Number 10, and CJ Hornwick with a 7. 0, Kyle Millender with 5, Andrew Hedgepeth, Ethan Hill, and Kyle Olivaji with 2 apiece there for the Titans. Meanwhile, for St. Francis, they started to heat things up a little bit with their shots as the first half went on. Shot 14 of 33 from the field at a 42.4%. They were 6 of 17 from beyond the arc at a 35.3%, and 4 of 8 from the charity stripe. 7 turnovers there in the first half. Leading the way for the Cougs was Javon Lewis. 12 points, 4 3-pointers there for him. RJ Moore with 9, Mar Avance with 7, Eugene Young Jr. and Carson Rogers both with 5 apiece there for the Cougars. The Cougars win the rebounding battle 21-15 there in the first half, setting us up for what should be an outstanding second half. 4-point lead for the Cougs over the Titans. We're going to go ahead and take another short break, and we will come back with the second half of action. You are watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
It was after a bad game in 8th grade. I decided that I was going to try my best to, be able to earn a scholarship and play in college. And so I'm really excited for it. Once you come here for a while, you have all the experience. I feel like I'm getting a lot stronger, especially in basketball-specific positions. I feel like I'm able to move better. I'm more flexible, able to run faster, jump higher, and just stronger overall. So then, when you go back to your school, you can take that experience, to help you prevent injuries when you're doing your own weight training with your own school.
Back here live from the Hutzel Athletic Center, 38-34 is our score. St. Francis with the lead over IU South Bend. The Titans will have the basketball here to begin our second half of action as we have 20 minutes on the board. And it'll be number 10, CJ Horn, to inbound here to Millender for the Titans. Hill with it up top. Now we'll leave off here to Millender. Millender looking to drive here on Lewis. Gives it back off. Turnaround shot there's no good from Hill. And Rogers comes away with it. Now it's going to be Eugene Young Jr. who will look to push for St. Francis. Lewis finds Avance. Down low, double team brought. Back out to Lewis. He'll skip. Now to Moore with it here near side wing. We'll lob it inside there to Avance. Avance will catch it and bring it down. He'll move it out Now up top, Lewis finds Young Jr. to the cut, right to the rim, has it knocked away. And the Titans now going to look to quickly go up ahead, and Moore going to keep it alive for the Cougs as he takes it away. And we'll bring it across the half-court line. Now Lewis here with it. Back to Moore on the far side. Lewis will launch a three. Couldn't get it to fall off the back end, out of bounds. Check it, we're going to get a foul called underneath on the Titans. And possession will stay on this end of the floor. Here with the Cougs, Mark White will pick up the foul. That's going to be his first, team's first of the half. Avance will inbound for the Cougs. Gets it in here to Rogers. Rogers will put it right on the deck. He goes up strong, couldn't get it to fall. Second chance opportunity, and a foul is going to be called on the battle for the board. And Rogers will get a pair of free throws as head coach Scott Cooper trying to plead his case that Rogers didn't even have the control of the basketball. As the first free throw there from Carson Rogers is up and good. Second one for Rogers is up and good as well. 6-point game. Here on the near side, they'll skip it. Up top, Hill. Try to go back far side. Avance couldn't keep it in. Bounce and maintain his dribble on the far sideline. It goes out of bounds, and now possession will go back to IU South Bend. We'll get a substitution here for IU South Bend as Kyle Alabaji will come into the contest here for the Titans, as he'll check in for number 8, and Ethan Hill. Millender will now have it here for the Titans. On the near side, this is White here with it. White had his pass tipped, and now Avance going to look to push. He goes right to the rack through traffic, and he goes up and gets the bucket. Avance with a nice move there, dribbling through traffic. 3-ball on the far side is no good there for the Titans, and Young Jr. comes down with it. Now the Cougs going to look to push here a little bit as Lewis with it. Moore now on the near side goes to Avance. Avance back with it, has Lewis up top, and he is fouled as Avance got a little bit of a hip check there from Alabaji. And that's going to be his third foul, the team's third. And so 18:04 left to go here in our second half. And we'll get an inbound for the Cougs as Avance gets it into Lewis. Lewis now with it. Jumper from the line. It's up and money there for Javon Lewis. And he now has 14 here for the Cougs and extends their lead out to 10. And out of bounds possession will stay on this end of the floor with IU South Bend. We'll get a timeout called by head coach Scott Cooper, and the South Bend Titans will step away. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
It was after a bad game in 8th grade. I decided that I was going to try my best to, be able to earn a scholarship and play in college, and so I'm really excited for it. Once you come here for a while, you have all the experience. I feel like I'm getting a lot stronger, especially in basketball-specific positions. I feel like I'm able to move better, I'm more flexible, able to run faster, jump higher, and just stronger overall. So then, when you go back to your school, you can take that experience, to help you prevent injuries when you're doing your own weight training with your own school.
Back here live from the Hutzell Athletic Center, 17:45 left to go here in our second half of action. The spin, the hang, and drawing the contact. Kyle Alabaji will go to the line here for a pair of free throws, as Carson Rogers will pick up his second foul, the team's first of the half. Alabaji's first free throw is up and good. Second one is up and good as well. Now the 2-2-1 full court look here for IU South Bend defensively, as Abe Vance will bring it up the middle. Now we'll go far side to Lewis. Back up top to Young Jr. Lewis back up top. Young Jr. with a three-ball attempt there. It's no good, and possession now back the other way here with the Titans. As Millender drives on Lewis right to the rack, and he goes up and gets the score. And now it's Moore. We'll bring it across the half-court line. Skips near side. Avance with it. Here we'll back it out. Now back up top here to Lewis. Back to Avance here on the near side of wing. Avance dribbles into his defender. Is trapped on the far side, able to get it off to Rogers. Went right off his hands, and now Schmidt quickly the other way in transition. He'll slow it. As Millender will take extra pass. Corner three from White is up. Rims in and out, no good, and Avance pulls down the board strong. He'll now look to push up ahead. Finds Rogers, goes up, count it, and one opportunity coming here for Carson Rogers. And Rogers now with 9 here for the Cougs. Kyle Alabaji picks up his fourth foul, team's fourth of the half, number 8, and Ethan Hill into the game. And the free throw there is up and no good. 16-20 remains here in our second half of action. Skip up top. They'll move it all the way to the far side. Here's White with it. White, the drive, spins, hangs, goes up, and gets the bucket. Now Lewis will go far side here to R.J. Moore. The drive here from Young Jr. on the baseline. He goes up and gets the bucket. Nice take there by Eugene Young Jr. for the score. Another take there right to the rims. No good, short of the marker from White. Lewis will now push here for the Cougs. Out to Moore. He'll launch a three. Couldn't get it to fall. Rogers came away with it momentarily. White ripped it away. Now up ahead on the deck. Up strong, and nice take there. C.J. Horn with the bucket. On the other end for the Titans. Young Jr. left wide open in the corner. He drains the triple for the Cougs. And Eugene Young Jr. with back-to-back buckets for St. Francis. 8 points here in the game and extends the Cougs lead back out to 9. Lewis tried to knock it away, and it goes out of bounds. IU South Bend will have the basketball when we return. 14:54 left to go here in our second half of action. Cougars with the lead, 51-42 over IU South Bend. We'll step away. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
It was after a bad game in 8th grade. I decided that I was going to try my best to, be able to earn a scholarship and play in college. And so I'm really excited for it. Once you come here for a while, you have all the experience. I feel like I'm getting a lot stronger, especially in basketball-specific positions. I feel like I'm able to move better. I'm more flexible, able to run faster, jump higher, and just stronger overall. So then, when you go back to your school, you can take that experience, to help you prevent injuries when you're doing your own weight training with your own school.
Back here live from the hut, 14:54 remains here in our second half of action. 51-42 is our score. St. Francis with the lead over IU South Bend. We'll get an inbound here from the Titans as Millender will inbound here for him on the near side right in front of the Titans bench. That'll leap off up top here to Ethan Hill. Back on the near side. White going to look to go baseline with it. Cut off there by McNelkin. Back up top into the hands here of Millender. Millender one-on-one here with Lewis inside. He takes him all the way to the rim. A nice take there. Millender showing the strength. He goes up and gets the score. Makes it a 7-point game. Young Jr. now with it on the far side here for the Cougs. Get it back from Lewis. Now in the corner there to Avance. Young Jr. to Lewis, near side, 3-ball in the way, it's up and no good. Board comes down here to the hands of Millender. He'll not look to push. With it on the far side, he drives right to the rim. And it looked like he was just trying to carry it to the rim and drew the contact there on Avance, and he'll pick up the foul for the Cougs. That'll be his second, team second of the half. Andrew Hedgepath into the game here for IU South Bend. R.J. Moore back on here for the Cougs as he'll replace Javon Lewis. Hill with it here. Gives it off to Hedgepath. Hedgepath takes McNelkin right to the rim, draws the contact, and a foul is called. McNelkin will pick up the foul there for the Cougs. It'll be his first, team's third. And so number 2 and Andrew Hedgepath will go to the line here for a pair of free throws. The junior averaged 11 minutes per game and played in 24 games last year in his freshman campaign. He is a 6'2" junior guard out of Pickerington, Ohio. Pickerington Central High School. If you asked me where Pickerington was, I don't think I'd be able to tell you. But that one rolls out of bounds, and possession will stay on this end of the floor here with the Titans. 13:58 remains here in our second half. And we'll get a whistle here from the official, as I believe they're trying to reset the shot clock. They'll put 19 seconds on it, and we'll get an inbound on the far side here from Millender for the Titans. Gets it in now here to White. White with it near side. Young Jr. guarding him defensively, knocked it away. White with a second chance, couldn't get it to fall, but he'll go to the line here for a pair. As Young Jr. will pick up the foul, that's going to be his second, team's fourth. So White will go to the line for a pair. The sophomore played in 28 of 29 games last year for the Titans. Out of Ben Davis High School, Indianapolis, Indiana. A well-known program down south, as he hits there on the first free throw. His second is up and good as well. Making it a 5-point game with 13:45 left to go. Here in our second half, they find Young Jr. up ahead. Was looking inside for Reedy. Instead, we'll back it out. Moore, extra pass there to Avance. Avance now to Reedy with it inside. Gives it off. Young Jr. with it one-on-one. He goes up. Fadeaway shot there off the defense from Schmidt. And Eugene Young Jr. with another score for the Cougs. 12 points in the game here for Young Jr. Far side, 3-ball, short on the marker there from Millender. McNelkin Now going to look to push up ahead here for the Cougs. Avance with it, drives right to the rim, draws contact, did not get a call, goes out of bounds, but will stay on this end of the floor here with the Cougars. Some more. One bound for St. Francis. 13:03 remains here in our second half. Moore throws it right off the back. There, he gets his own inbound and goes up. Threw it right off the back of Schmidt as the defense turned. And so he earns his way to the line for a pair of free throws here for the Cougs. Foul is going to be called on number 8, Ethan Hill. That's going to be his first. Check it, his second, team 6th. That's the first free throw. 4 more. Up and hits the second. Making it 55-46. Here are 12:50 left to go here in our second half. Millender with it now down low. Skips out up top. 3 ball in the way is no good. Offensive board is up and good there for Ethan Hill. And now it'll be Young Jr. with a push. Finds Avance far side. Avance right to the rim. Tried to draw contact there. Couldn't get it to go. And now possession quickly back the other way here with IU South Bend. As right to the rim, it's no good. And Joe Reedy on the ball touched out of bounds. So 12:09 left to go in our second half. We'll get substitutions as Lewis and Rogers will come back on here for the Cougs. CJ Horn and A.J. Dunn back into the contest for IU South Bend. 12:09 left and inbound here for the Titans. Schmidt will dish off. Hill tried to go to the rim there, and now it's going to be taken back the other way. Young Jr. back to Lewis. Finds Moore in the corner. Moore goes baseline with it. McNelkin out to Young Jr. Now to Lewis. Lewis going to look to drive. Dishes off. Rogers tried to jam it home. Was fouled from behind. And we get a whistle as number 11 and Colin Schmidt hit Rogers hard there. Trying to get the slam. And a foul is called. That'll be his first and the team 6th. Ball movement there from the Cougars created a good opportunity for a score. And now Rogers going to be at the line to make up for it as he hits there on the first free throw. Kyle Alabaji back into the contest here for the Titans, playing with 4 fouls here for him. As Rogers hits the second. As the look down low, and the bucket is good there for Colin Schmidt, making it a 7-point game here with 11:25 remaining in our second half. Moore now with it on the far side, gets it off back here to Lewis on the near end. Moore back to Lewis, near side, he'll launch a 3. Javon Lewis with another triple for St. Francis, extending their lead back out to 10, and Lewis now with 5 triples in the game. Moore back to Lewis from the volleyball line. Instead, he'll dribble in, try to get a little heat check there. Did Lewis missed it right off the front of the rim, and now IU South Bend back the other way. Horn now dish off. A lot of local talent here on this St. Francis roster. You'll see Eugene Young Jr. and Javon Lewis both doing tremendous things. here for the Cougs out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. A lot of friends and family at this contest here for them, former coaches as well. As Lewis with it now, 7-point game. Moore skips cross court, finds McNelkin in the corner. He'll launch a three. He's got it. And St. Francis with another tray ball here, making it a 10-point game with 10-11 left to go in our first half of action, our second half of action. We'll step away. You are watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
It was after a bad game in 8th grade. I decided that I was going to try my best to, be able to earn a scholarship and play in college. And so I'm really excited for it. Once you come here for a while, you have all the experience. I feel like I'm getting a lot stronger, especially in basketball-specific positions. I feel like I'm able to move better. I'm more flexible, able to run faster, jump higher, and just stronger overall. So then, when you go back to your school, you can take that experience, to help you prevent injuries when you're doing your own weight training with your own school.
Back here live from the Hutzel Athletic Center, 63-53 is our score. As we'll get an inbound here for the Titans. As Hedgebeth will bring it. Alabachi now on the near side. Back here to Hedgebeth. We'll swing it all the way around far side. As this is A.J. Dunn with it. Shot clock down to 2. Dunn, turnaround, no good. That's a shot clock violation. Possession will go back to the Cougs. 9:40 left to go here in our second half. And Joe Reedy didn't quite get to the sub table in time. So we'll get an inbound here for the Cougs. As Avance now with it. Moore. Near side finds Rogers. Rogers spins, hangs, got it. Carson Rogers with the bucket for the Cougs, 12-point lead. Far side, Schmidt will launch it. Couldn't get it to fall. Board is battled for. Moore stays in. And now the other way. McNelkin, Moore drives. Couldn't get it to fall, but a foul is going to be called. And he will go to the line here for a pair. And so the foul is going to be called on Andrew Hedgebeth. That's his first, team 7th. As R.J. Moore's first free throw is up and good. Joe Rady will come in for number 11 and Justin McNelkin. And Moore's second free throw is up and good as well. 9:08 left to go here in our second half. It is a 14-point lead here for the Cougs. Dunn skips. Now into the hands of Schmidt. Back up top. This is Hedgebeth with it. Looks inside. Finds Schmidt. Couldn't get it to fall. Rogers now ahead. Avance going to look to push. He'll have it. Dishes out. Rogers right to the rim. And they're going to call it last touched off the hands of Dunn. And so possession will stay on this end of the floor here with the Cougs. 8:43 left to go here in our second half. And now will come here from R.J. Moore for St. Francis. Avance right back in. Moore, turnaround, fadeaway shot, no good. Rogers had it momentarily and it's knocked away. Dunn now with it, he'll look to push. Leaves off, they'll get it back up top. Skip it all the way around, far side wing there to the hands of Hill. Hill one-on-one with Rady. Dishes off, nice cut there by Schmidt, but blocked by Rogers. Rogers now going to look to dribble up ahead. He picks up his dribble. Moore, extra pass, corner three. Vance got it. Vance drains the triple for the Cougs, puts them out to their largest lead of the game at 17. Travel is the call. Possession back to the Cougars, and the St. Francis faithful fired up here in the Nate Conley debut at the Hut. As Lewis will have it here for St. Francis. Goes far side, now here to Moore. Look inside, Rogers. Rogers one-on-one. He goes up, count it, and one opportunity coming for Carson Rogers. 19-point lead for St. Francis. 7:49 to go here in our second half, and the Cougs are rolling here at the Hut. Looking to get to 500 on the year, 1-2 tonight. Or excuse me, 1-2 coming into tonight. As Rogers, free throw, up and got it. 20-point lead for St. Francis. The Cougs have found their momentum, and they are rolling right with it on a little bit of a run here with 7:40 left to go in our second half. Rogers comes away with the board. Now it's going to be Lewis who will slow things down here a little bit for St. Francis. Moore now with it. Back to Lewis, left open. Thought about a shot, instead takes two dribbles, pulls up, couldn't get it to go. Rady had the offensive board but couldn't put it home. And now quickly the other way, here come the Titans. Done. Now we'll leave off. Hedgepath out here near side, a nice cut right to the rim, and the bucket is good by CJ Horn. And a timeout will be called here by the Titans. We'll go ahead and step away with them as the Cougars are rolling ahead 18. 7:09 remains here in our second half. We'll take a break. You are watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
It was after a bad game in 8th grade. I decided that I was going to try my best to, be able to earn a scholarship and play in college. And so I'm really excited for it. Once you come here for a while, you have all the experience. I feel like I'm getting a lot stronger, especially in basketball-specific positions. I feel like I'm able to move better. I'm more flexible, able to run faster, jump higher, and just stronger overall. So then, when you go back to your school, you can take that experience, to help you prevent injuries when you're doing your own weight training with your own school.
Back here live from the Hutzel Athletic Center, 7:09 remains here in our second half of action. Kyle Alamagne back into the game. Eugene Young Jr. back in for St. Francis. As the Cougs with the basketball now. Vance. Now Lewis here with it. Skips far side. This is RJ Moore. Moore with a drive. Couldn't get it to fall, but he was fouled. And Alamagne picks up his fifth foul, so he will foul out of the contest with 4 points. And check it. They're going to change who the foul is called on. So they're going to call it on number 11 and Colin Schmidt. That's going to be his second. That's the team's ninth. And so we will get free throws here from R.J. Moore with 6:41 remaining here in our second half of action. .641 left as the Cougs looking to get to 500 on the season. Lost their opening contest at Indiana East, 85-72. Picks up a win against Viterbo, 99-90, and then lost to number 8 ranked in the NAIA Northwestern, 122-104, in their third contest, the most recent one. As both free throws hit there by Moore, making it a 20-point game with 6:35 remaining here in our second half. The skip on the far side. 3-ball on the way from Alabaji's no good. It gets his own miss. He'll now look to drive right to the rim. Couldn't get it to go. And Moore comes down with it here for the Cougs. As the Cougs will have it. Moore will get a screen from Rogers. Picks it up. Now Avance left open near side. He launches a three. It rims in and out. No good. And now possession back with the Cougs. And Avance going to get called for a foul. Got a little bit aggressive there on Millender as he was coming down the floor. And so Avance will pick up his third, team's fifth. And so we'll get an inbound here from White for the Titans. As Millender will bring it on the far side. We'll dish off now down low here to Alabaji. Guarded by Rogers. He goes up and gets the bucket. And now it's going to be Moore who will bring it here for St. Francis. Lewis with it up top. Near side, Young Jr. back to Lewis. Moore now with it far side of wing. Rogers one-on-one. He goes up. Couldn't get it to go. Trying to collect his own miss. Instead, it was Schmidt who came down with it for the Titans. Trying to get a little give-and-go action. He'll now get it and reset at the top of the key. Move it all the way around here on the near side. Horn. Now the look. Down low. And a foul is going to be called on Lewis for St. Francis with 5:15 remaining here in our second half. That's his second, team sixth. And so the Titans will inbound out of bounds. Here from Millender. As it's Millender here with it now. Down low, Rogers one-on-one with Alabaji. And a foul is going to be called. And the St. Francis faithful not too pleased about that call. They were on Rogers, but he'll pick up his third, team seventh. And so it'll be Alabaji at the line. Here with 5 minutes exactly remaining in our second half. As the free throw is up and good. Hits them both. McNelkin going to come back on here for St. Francis as he'll replace Avance. Moore will get it ahead here to Young Jr. He'll leave off here to his point guard and Javon Lewis. Lewis with 17 here for the Cougs. Multiple scorers in double digits here once again. As Rogers hands off here to Lewis. With it, goes out far side. McNelkin going to launch a three. No good. Board comes down. And Lewis couldn't quite take it away. They're going to call it last touch by him. We'll stay on this end of the floor here with the Titans after our media timeout. 4:34 left to go here in our second half. It's St. Francis 75, IU South Bend 59. We'll take a break. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
It was after a bad game in 8th grade. I decided that I was going to try my best to, be able to earn a scholarship and play in college. And so I'm really excited for it. Once you come here for a while, you have all the experience. I feel like I'm getting a lot stronger, especially in basketball-specific positions. I feel like I'm able to move better. I'm more flexible, able to run faster, jump higher, and just stronger overall. So then, when you go back to your school, you can take that experience, to help you prevent injuries when you're doing your own weight training with your own school.
Back here live from the Hutsville Athletic Center, 75-59 is our score. 4:34 remains in our second half. As I mentioned in our pregame show, the Cougs sharing the basketball is a big sign this year. They have 5 scores in a double figure. Samara Avance and Eugene Young Jr. both with 12 apiece. RJ Moore with 15, Rogers with 16, and Lewis leading the way with 17 points. So the Cougars loving sharing the basketball here early on in their 2025 campaign under first-year head coach Nate Conley making his coaching debut here at the Hutsville Athletic Center. As Haji gets the bucket, we'll go to the line here for one with 4:22 left. Foul is going to be called on to number 4. And RJ Moore, that's his first. As the free throw is good. 13-point lead now for St. Francis. As the Titans going to pick up a little man full court here now as Eugene Young Jr. with the basketball. We'll bring it across the half-court line. Now to Lewis. Here with it for St. Francis. Get a screen from Rogers. Now to Moore. Back to Lewis, far side wing. Lewis going to look to drive. Leaves up top. Rogers now with it. He goes up and gets it to fall through contact. Nice take there by Carson Rogers with another bucket for St. Francis. Hill. Now leave it. They'll spin it. Here to the near side. This is Schmidt with it. Down low. Couldn't get it to go. Rogers comes away with the board for the Cougs. Rogers now with 13 rebounds, 18 points into the contest. Another double-double here for Carson Rogers. I believe Rogers has had 3 double-doubles here already, and we can make it to 4 through 4 games. We'll go ahead and make sure that that is correct here for our live viewers. But RJ Moore earning his way to the charity stripe as number 8. And Ethan Hill picks up his 5th foul. And he'll check out of the game. So Rogers just had 7 rebounds last game, so he has 3 double-doubles now on the season, as he currently sits, as I mentioned, with 18 points and 14 rebounds. So 3 of the 4 games, he's had a double-double. He's going to be one to watch this year for the St. Francis Cougars as he'll walk down the length of the court, and we'll go to the line for Peril, the sophomore out of Kokomo High School. As Alabaji now picks up his 5th foul, he'll check out of the game. Number 2 and Andrew Hedgepeth will come into the contest. As Rogers' first free throw is up and it rolls its way home. And the Cougs now lead 80-62. You can make it 81-62 with that free throw there from Rogers. Now with 20 and 15. 3 minutes left to go here in our second half. And Devon Lewis will pick up the foul, blocking foul. It'll be his third. We'll get a substitution here for the Titans after this first free throw from Kyle Millender. As Cole Blasco, the junior, going to set to check on, as he'll replace number 2 in Andrew Hedgepeth. As the first free throw is up and good. With 3:02 remaining here in our second half. Second free throw is up and good as well. Number 4, Chris Hurt, a freshman, will check into the contest as IU South Bend cleared the bench a little bit with 3:02 left to go. The Cougs with an 81-64 lead. Avance now with it up ahead. He'll dish off. Young Jr. goes up. Couldn't get it to fall, and a foul is going to be called from the outside official. As Schmidt will pick up the foul. That's going to be his third. And Eugene Young Jr. will go to the line here with 2:56 remaining. Young Jr. with his top performance of the season, 12 points here in the game so far. At the line, looking to add on to it. His first free throw is up and it rolls its way home. Kyle Millender will come on. Number 2, Andrew Hedgepeth will come on as well. As the Titans will sub out Chris Hurt and Kyle Blasco. As the second free throw from Young Jr. is up and good as well. Making it a 19-point game with 2:50 left. Rogers pokes this one high. Now he takes it away. The Cougs going to look to move now here as Lewis will move it up ahead here for St. Francis. As St. Francis is going to bring in 5 substitutions at our next whistle. Avance will launch a 3 from the top of the key. No good. Moore comes away with it. Now it's going to be Young Jr. who will launch a 3 on the near side wing, and that one's no good. And now quickly the other way, here come the Titans. Couldn't get it to fall. Second chance opportunity for Millender's no good. Now Avance going to look to push here with it. With 2 minutes left to go here in our second half of action. Avance will hand off now here to Moore. Moore going to look to drive, dishes off. Rogers goes up, off glass, no good. Avance comes down with it, had it blocked, and he is fouled. He'll go to the line for a pair of free throws. As it looks like Malachi King, Trey Dillard, Keyshawn McNeil, Barrett Burchett, and Braden Messenger all at the scores table set to check on as Avance at the line. His first is up and good. And the Cougs starting 5 will check out, everybody but Avance. As Carson Rogers will check out with 20 points, 15 rebounds. Javon Lewis with 17 points. RJ Moore with 17 as well. Eugene Young Jr. with 14. Avance looking to extend his total as he has 13 here in the game with 1:49 left to go. He'll have one more opportunity here at the line. And his free throw is up and good. And he will now check out with 14 and be replaced by Barrett Burchett. With 1:40 left to go here in our second half of action. The Cougs inching closer and closer to moving their way back to 500 on the season. Will be 2-2 here after this win. As a 3 ball here on the near side is up and good. That's number 9, and Justin Parks, who drains the 3. There for the Titans. Cougs' next contest will be on Friday as they will participate in the Rochester Classic They'll take on Michigan Dearborn Friday at 8 p.m. and then Rochester Christian at 1 p.m. on Saturday before traveling back to Fort Wayne to take on Indiana Tech at Indiana Tech the following Saturday, November 15th. The Cougs' next home contest will not be until November 22nd, part of a doubleheader between the men's and women's, with the women's at 1 p.m., men's at 3 p.m. against Grace. As 1 minute left to go here in our contest. Near side, 3 ball once again. It's up and no good. This time there from Parks. Messenger comes down with it. Here with 40 seconds left to go in our second half. McNeil now with it. Will dish in the corner. Near side, 3 ball is up and good there for Malachi King. Making it a 21-point game with 30 seconds left. 3 ball from the top of the key is no good. Messenger came down with it. And I believe they're going to call Blasco for an over the back, so Messenger will have to walk the duration of the floor to shoot a pair of free throws with 21.1 left here in our second. And this will be Braden Messenger, who will walk the duration of the floor to shoot a pair of free throws. The sophomore out of Concord High School, Osceola, Indiana, at the line for a pair. As his first is up and good. Making it 89-67 with 21.1 left. His second is up and good as well. Here are 20 seconds left. Titans still playing hard as Chris Hurt with it on the far side. He'll launch a 3. It's no good. Short of the marker. And Dillard comes down with it, and McNeil now going to hold this one out. And that is going to be our final here from the Hutzel Athletic Center as Coach Nate Conley will win his first game here in the Hutzel Athletic Center. And the Cougs will improve to 2-2 on the season as they win a 90-67 over IU South Bend. Let's go ahead and take a look at the final stats here for you. First for IU South Bend. They were 26 of 66 from the field at a 39.4%, 5 of 21 from beyond the arc, and 10 of 14 from the free throw line. Meanwhile, for St. Francis, they shot 27 of 63 from the field. They were 11 of 32 from beyond the arc, 25 of 30 from the charity stripe. St. Francis with 10 overs. Meanwhile, IU South Bend with 12. Total rebounds. St. Francis wins the rebounding battle 43-31. As I mentioned, they will play in the Rochester Classic this weekend against Michigan Dearborn Friday at 8 p.m. and then Rochester Christian at 1 p.m. on Saturday. And then their next contest will not be till November 15th at Indiana Tech Crosstown, where it'll be a doubleheader with the men's and the women's. So St. Francis wins 90-67 over IU South Bend to improve to 2-2 on the season and give Coach Nate Conley his first win in the Hutzel Athletic Center. And win at number 1 is 1-0 here now at the Hut. So we're going to go ahead and sign off till next time. We thank you so much for watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.